What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Barbaric Yawp. I am your host, Adam, and today we are going to talk about being careful who you ride with. There's an old movie. It's called Lonesome Dove. And it's about a couple of old ranchers that decide to drive cattle from the southern border of Texas up to Montana. And there's a really poignant little side story that goes along with this about one of their cattle hands or cowboys goes with them, and he ends up veering from the path, let's say. He likes to gamble and he goes into bars, and he ends up leaving the company to try and find his fortune elsewhere, and he goes with and stays with a band of, ends up being outlaws, and I mean bad dudes, guys that murder and kill an innocent family for no apparent reason, and this guy doesn't stop them. Now the cowboys from Texas come across the farm burnt, the family murdered, they recognize the criminal act has happened, and they decide that they're going to go seek justice for the family. They catch up with the bad guys, and lo and behold, one of their guys is with them. They catch him, they end up hanging them, and they hang their friend too, because if you ride with criminals, you die with criminals. And this is something that today I feel like is very relevant, very important, and something that we should pay close attention to, because there's a lot of people choosing sides today in politics, social justice issues, religion. I mean, in every arena that you can think of, I feel like we as a society are more divided now than we've ever been. It's really bad. And I want to encourage people, it's okay to have convictions. Definitely. You need to figure out what your guiding principles are. You need to figure out where you fall in matters of faith, where you fall in loving your brother, your fellow man, in respecting women, in all the different arenas in which they try to divide us today. But you have to be really careful who you side with when it comes to some of these things. You throw your lot in with certain groups, and when those groups become criminal, you're going to have problems. You take a back seat on issues that are important, and when those issues carry the day and you end up on the losing side, that can become a problem. Now, I'm not suggesting, and this is something you need to be careful, I'm not suggesting that you change what you believe or you change the side you're on wishy-washy, and that it changes at regular intervals or depending on who's winning and who's not. You need to know what your principles are, and you stick to those principles. What I'm saying, though, is be very careful to throw your hat in on one side of an issue or another before you know all the details. So an example would be Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, right? Although it appears, according to official sources, that he did. There's a lot more going on to that case, and it would be very dangerous if you were in certain positions to choose one side or another without all the evidence being there. To accuse or to blame anybody caught up or tied in with Jeffrey Epstein, anybody who's subpoenaed in that case, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're guilty of anything. Any of the stuff that he was guilty of might have been just that they had bad company, that they kept bad company, that he was bad company. But that goes to the point. If you ride with criminals, you might get convicted with criminals. You have a responsibility as a mature, responsible adult to make sure that if you see something criminal, that you say something, especially when it comes to minors. So even if you didn't participate, even if you didn't, purchase or human traffic or any of whatever is involved there, if you were in proximity, if you were seen at the same parties as these other people that were, you might be subpoenaed. You might potentially even be indicted depending on what other people say. It's very important to be careful who you ride with. It's very important to choose your friends carefully. You know, there's an author, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he said, show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you who you are. Your acquaintances and the people that you're connected to are crucially important to your formation as a person. They actively shape who you are, how you see yourself, what things you find important, and what things you want to act on. And it's critical that you are careful when you select those people. You don't want to find yourself inadvertently on the wrong side. You don't want to find out some ways down the road that somebody doesn't have the same values that you do. And I've been there. I saddled my wagon or hitched my wagon to the wrong horse, let's say, at one point in time. I was married before, and come to find out that my ex-wife did not have the same values that I did, which led to different decision making, which ultimately led to her leaving. Big picture, I think that was for the best, but that was a betrayal that really hurt me deeply and took me a long time to recover from. Make sure that if you're going to ride with someone, if they're going to be in your inner circle, if they're going to be someone that's important and valuable to you in your life, that you choose that person wisely. If you ever get a chance, check out The Western Lonesome Dove. It's a good movie. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. This is, obviously, I'm trying to make this a bi-weekly thing. We're doing videos Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you liked this video or you felt like it was a good topic and you want to hear more about it, I'd love to get your comments down below. Like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to put out a new video every Tuesday and every Thursday. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.